Just give me 1 second here. Un momento. All right. We got Steven in the house. Night Sky Ward. What up? Michael King. Welcome, welcome. Neffy. What's going on? Good to see everyone. Got F1 bullet. Alright. How's everyone doing? David Gray's in the house. What's happening? Gonna be doing a little French battleship action today. Probably have some time to check out some of the other premiums and stuff that have come out recently. Victor, what's going on? Welcome. Can we go with the Richelieu? Yeah, we'll get there. We'll grind up the tree and then probably do 3 or 4 with that ship, and then we could try Boise, whatever else has come out recently. Hey Lee, what's going on? Let's see here. Alright. So I could go over my commander setup. For this French battleship, I think the... Where's his name? Guy Prat. I think this guy's actually fairly interesting. What's up, Dan? How you doing? Too salty to chase the French PV line. If you can angle your armor well, I actually think it's one of the better battleship lines. This guy I find intriguing though. You get Brawler, reduces reload. I think we've talked about this. Here you cut down Traverse. You can do Porcupine if you want. I mean, the secondaries are alright on these ships. A lot of them are rear facing only, which kind of limits them. This one though, you get a reload reduction here as well. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be about 10% when it's maxed. And this one's probably 10%. So you can have a 20% reduction reload time. You do get bonus heals. And you can buff the heal here. So, and boosting your battleship's max speed doesn't hurt. So that one's actually a pretty interesting one. If you're going to run him, I would run Cunningham and Jojo here. Steven, you're new. Welcome aboard. Not recommended to fully boating in Colorado. Yeah, the American battleships, not necessarily the IO, but the other ones you can penetrate the front pretty easily. Hey, Will, what's going on? Why do you have to work 3 times as hard in a cruiser to get the same result? I mean, what's the result that you're talking about? Damage only? I don't know. I mean, here's the deal. What you need to be visualizing your team's collective HP as 1 pi, okay? And if you have 30k HP in a cruiser, you're roughly 10% of the HP of that pie. Now, if you do 60 or 90 times your HP, or 60 or 90k damage, otherwise 2 or 3 times your HP, you're having a disproportionate impact, okay? So if you are wounding the team for 25, 30, 35%, whatever it is, in a cruiser, that's extremely valuable. So, is it as easy to get 150k in a cruiser as it is a battleship? No, not generally, but because you represent less of the pie to begin with, then you can have a disproportionate impact, because they're going to be one or two cruisers per side generally. Once in a while, they're slightly off balance, but usually the teams have the same amount of ships per side. So if your team's cruisers do 80k damage, their team's cruisers do 40k, then that's contributing heavily to winning that match. So you just got to visualize, your percentage of the HP. Assuming you die. If you live, then that's even better. Go with the Richelieu. Yeah, we'll get there. What's up, John? How you doing? Cruisers do require a higher skill level. I guess, because they can get shot easily. But I mean, you're going to do better in all the ships. What's up, Rebel? How you doing? Hey, Ben. Haven't seen me in a long time. 60k in the Furutaka, that's pretty good. Yeah, the Furutaka is actually not that easy of a ship, but I don't know, Ivan. It's tough for me to address that as a whole, but what's up, Jacob? Yeah, from back in the day. Alright, anyway, so a quick look at JoJo. Here's how I am set up currently. This is extremely valuable for all battleships. You could consider this as a trait to put on any battleship in the game. Anytime you can increase the AP pen, just imagine every shell that gets in that wouldn't have gotten in is, anywhere from 1 to 10,000 extra damage. So that can add up pretty quickly. I got them set up pretty much for precision across the board. You get damage here, traverse speed. Here's, accuracy again, and reducing the damage count cycle. So that's how I run them now. It's been a pretty good build for me. What's up, Dax? Brian, what's going on? The spotting and spotting damage count towards they count towards your XP. It's not listed as a ribbon currently, but you are getting XP credits, all that thing. You're getting credit for it. So how spotting works is if you are in a position to spot a ship that nobody else in your team can spot, if you're not there, then you get a percentage of the damage worth of XP for it. So what's up, Babylon? What's up, Lippy? Alright, so we can just jump right in, and we'll start off with the Courbet. This isn't a huge line right now. The Jean Bart Tier 7 premium sister ship to the Richelieu. I feel like that was... It's either speculated or it was like kind of tangentially announced a while ago that that was coming out. I could see that being a campaign reward at some point in the future. Yep, Jacob, I remember you, man. Need to show your spotting points. I agree. I wish they would... I wouldn't mind if they give a ribbon for it, but at least at an end game kind of recap, that would be helpful. What's up, Majestic? How you doing? Yeah, I appreciate everyone tuning in today. If you don't mind hitting that like button, that helps promote the stream for other people. Yeah, so Courbet. This one I haven't played since I made the video a while ago. I got this out of a crate. Whatever those... the nation crates, I always get the tier 3 ship, which is basically the ship you would start with the minute the update hits, so it's kind of a disappointment. Armor view, yep. I got a... I haven't heard anything officially from Wargaming, but I'm just gonna say I think the next update is going to be robust, is my feeling. And that'll be dropping presumably once the Otago campaign ends in about 9 days, give or take. They announced the John Bart at Gamescom. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, so I mean that one on the PC it has a reload boost, I think. They've told me that they may add more consumable choices in the future, so it wouldn't surprise me at all if we see the reload boost. Maybe not right out of the gate, but at some point. Alright, it's a little risky, but it's a Saturday morning, might as well party a little bit. So this ship right now, sideways, I can't really damage it much. I'm kind of waiting to see if it angles. Once it gets to about a 45-degree angle like that, that's when you can really citadel this thing, but there we go. Now I turn back into it. So, I mean, ideally, we either want to be shooting HE at that thing or
Torpedoes to port. All stations.
Wait till it gets angled a little bit. But even doing 100 or 1,000 damage at a pop is fine. Those ships don't have a lot of HP to begin with. Alright. 2 hits, no damage. So the weird thing about the Courbet, you can see these, if you look at the diagram, this is kind of the best firing angle you can get on the ship, so facing away from your targets. That's how you're going to get the steepest angle while getting all the guns on the ship. What's up, some awesome guy? How you doing? That one's a little better. Are a lot of you guys in the chat grinding the French Battleship Lion, or where's everyone at with that? I think the tier 5, tier 6 are really strong. Like, arguably the best at the tier. Tier 7's good. Possibly really good. I haven't even fully unlocked that ship yet, but so far I've been pretty impressed with it. Yeah, this guy's turning. So this is another example. If you just want to wait 2 seconds until he turns, then you can often get a lot more damage like we did right there. Just got the Normandie. Nice. Yeah, that one, I can't remember how it is out of the box, but I think once you get it upgraded, it's pretty solid.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Alright, what do we got here? What's up, Colin? You're only on the tier 4. Don't like the French ships much? Alright, this guy's attempting to push in the base. Is Wakeful US or British? I think it's the British one. But there's probably a lot of people who got the capture the base mode mission right now. Which is the worst mission by far. That thing takes so long to do every time. So I don't know if they turn off domination mode for British ships for a couple days or what, but yeah, nobody's gonna deal with this guy. I mean, we do have a Courbet in here, but he's getting his shit kicked in, so gotta assume these 4 can handle that ship. Spend too much time in the war spot? Nah. No such thing. Still trying to work in your armor angling. Yeah, if you... That's kind of the key, as we'll see in this... Once you get to the tier 5 and up. I think the tier 3 and 4 are fairly sturdy in terms of armor. But the rest of them... If you get caught in the sides, it's going to be a problem for you. Alright, so our team is clearly having a bit of an issue here. So we got 4 ships. It took them about 10 minutes to kill that one ship that they're surrounding. Meanwhile, they're all pushed off in the nether regions of the map. So I basically have one chance to kill this destroyer who is spotting me at the moment with the plane, so there's a very high chance he can tort me coming around the corner. And then I gotta deal with the cruiser and 2 battleships. So this is what you would call a low probability. What's up, Connor? How you doing? The US and UK are great ships. Yeah, for the I'm not a... I'd say the UK... Well, we'll see once the cruisers come out. I think those are... I think that's probably going to be the next group of ships that we see, but... Alright, so here you can watch the plane land, and that tells you where the target is, so... You can keep that in mind.
The ship is on fire.
Alright. Oh, how did we miss that? Like, look at the 3 guys on the bottom of the map there. Like, they're... In their mind, they're gonna go capture the base, but... I talk about that all the time. Just trying to capture the base when you have enemies at your base is pretty much a good way to lose the game, so... AP does nothing on this ship. So we're dead. Those 3 are out of range of everyone. Destroyer's hidden, capturing the base. I mean, doesn't take a genius. Anyway, we'll see if the mid-tiers are a little bit better. What's up, Terrence? Over pens, yeah. I mean, that's... I guess it's on me for not switching to HE. I don't like to switch to HE because there's always a situation that you can't recognize because ships aren't spotted or whatever, that all of a sudden it pops up. The sad thing is we could actually probably win this match if these people would go towards where they need to go. But they're actually conceding the game. We're up on ships right now. But I can't get... There's idiots at all levels, but I'm not going to get mad at these low-level guys because they're hopefully newer players. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's the French cruisers up until the Algerie. They're actually pretty hard for battleships to deal with rapidly. If they're broadside like that, once they start angling in, that's when you can lay down the law a little bit. So I don't know, that ship isn't that bad in my mind. Actually, I was running Du Fournay, that's how long I didn't even notice that. So, obviously I haven't played that ship for a little while. Here we got Jojo. I wonder I couldn't hit anything. Gonna go ahead and blame the commander. Oh, before I forget, I do have to give a shout out to EJM for joining the members recently. So thank you, EJ. So close to the Bama. Yeah, we're getting there. You know what my kind of fear is like the second I get it, they'll release a different XP ship for the same amount that I'd prefer over the Alabama. Not that I'm not interested in the Alabama, but you never know with these people. Alright, so we got tier 5s.
Battle starts.
2 Bretagne on their team. Alright, so we're on our strong side on this map. Looks like the mids all come in this direction. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on the base in that situation. If you're on the strong side and you see all 6 of these ships grouped over here going the one direction, in your mind you gotta be thinking about 5 minutes in or so going back toward the base. The reason I'm not going over there is because I'm on the left-hand spawn here, so it would take me longer. Like, abandoning the side outright is not good if you're on the far sides of the map. But if I'm in the middle side, I'll usually just, go over to the other one and support that. Alright, so these guys are actually pushing fairly aggressively, which is interesting. But what you want to be doing on the once you know where the spawns are, we got 3 ships sighted here, so we know we don't have any destroyers, so that'll affect how we need to play this. Yeah, let's deal with this guy. Oops, a little low. That's too bad. I think if I remember, these guns are pretty decent on this ship. I think the Courbet's guns are kind of suspect, but alright, so he's probably gonna get hit with torp, so I'm gonna leave him alone. Dodged him. Even if he dodges them though, like, I can potentially hit that guy next salvo. The problem, if you launch at this Königsberg right before it gets torped, then you effectively have a minute-long reload between your previous shot and your next shot. So, if you have a broadside target or an alternate target like that, just take that reload's shot on that target. And if that Königsberg had managed to live, then we could kill him right now, so. With battleships, you just gotta conceptualize, I'm loading every 30 seconds, so I need to be able to damage someone as soon as those guns load, because otherwise you wind up not doing as much as you could. Alright, so again, looking on the map here, you can see our 3 guys are on the weak side. They're pushing forward extremely aggressively, so at this point we gotta go back. Because they're surrounded by their majority of their players, so they're all gonna die anywhere from 1 minute to 5 minutes from now. Meanwhile, we got 4 guys that are gonna chase these guys to the nether regions of the map. So I mean, you can go ahead and call this one a loss, even though we're up ships right here. I don't even know if this Mutsu looks like he's playing. Now with 2 destroyers over here, they can quickly chart or change their course. But like this Acosta right here chasing these guys, this is a... Even if he winds up getting them, it'll take too long. It's just a dumb play. These guys are removing themselves from the game right now. So what you want to do is deal with the ships that actually matter first. This New York is putting pressure on my Mutsu slash base. And then if we can help clear up our weak side, then we should be able to turn that around into a win. But this guy, I mean, these ships can all get slaughtered chasing 2 kiting battleships. You know, it's just a really bad play right there. What is this guy doing? He's launching single... Alright. Enjoyed the Brittany. Yeah, it's this is pretty good. I just don't normally play tier 4 a whole lot, but I think between this and maybe, I think a lot of people say the Iron Duke is, what is it, Iron Duke or whatever the tier 4 battleship is for Britain. Those are supposedly pretty strong. Congo is good once you can get the accuracy boosted. I just personally hate the New York. Never give up. Yeah, I mean, we can... When I call it a win, I'm not, like, giving up, or... That's just my prediction. So, I mean, you got... They killed one of those 4 ships, but these guys are still chasing after them. Like, what are they achieving over here? Now the Mutsu, the one guy that was defending the base, he's actually going over there as well. So, I mean, that is just... rather remarkable decision-making, to be honest with you. So they're going to leave me defend this entire side slash the base against 2 destroyers that I can't see, and then, you know, whatever. I think it's... I don't even know what battleship it is. And a cruiser. And they're actually in the base right now. Like, where the fuck is this guy going? You know? It makes... Realistically, the time it would take that guy to catch those 2 dudes over there is probably... Well, actually, they're turning in now, so it's down to like 5 minutes. If they were going all the way up into the corner, which they should, it would take them 15 minutes to catch those ships, so... I don't know. It is the weekend. It's a relatively low tier. It is what it is, but...
Torpedoes, direct
Yeah,
front.
great.
Hull below the waterline. We're flooding quickly.
Oh my god. This game is so frustrated.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Problem solved, sir.
I mean, the game itself isn't that frustrating to me, at least, but... The people that play this game, I don't know if they... since it's free, they put it into, like, a lot of... places with low intelligence human beings, or what? Anyway. I mean, always protect the bases broad, but 90% of the time, protecting the base is better.
All stations reporting the position of a strategic target.
Alright, if we can get one of these destroyers. Suppose. Come on. I should probably put Madden on this build now that I have him. And like, this dude over here is still chasing after those people. Oh my god. Anyway. You can blame me for that one if you want, but I'm not going to agree with you. Alright, So we got Dunkirk too. Keep that in mind. What you want to do first, Dunkirk or Normandy? Spent too much time in Tier 3 due to the NASA. That ship, I think it was yesterday or a couple days ago, I was playing, I can't even remember what I was playing, Tier 3, but there's a Arkansas and a NASA SEAL clubbing division. And they managed to pull it off. You want the Dunkirk first? Alright, we can try that. This one's like a mini Richelieu in that it's got all the front turrets. I mean, the Richelieu, I think, is a much more enjoyable ship. This one I don't think is armored well enough to properly do what it's trying to do, but it's alright. I've talked to some people that really like this ship. Nah, I'm fine with them resetting, Zach. It's just unfortunately, the people that play this don't understand the rules of the game, or they don't care about winning whatsoever. Like, had that Mutsu stayed there, theoretically, and we managed to kill one of those two destroyers, I think we actually could have won that fairly easily, but a full health Mutsu chasing two kiting battleships that are already 5 to 10 minutes away from them. It's just like, you know there's brain damage involved with this individual, so I don't want to be too critical. But it was not a good decision, let's just put it that way. Was it yesterday? It could have been. Why, was that you? Is Wargaming let me keep the premium ships? Yeah, the non-campaign ones, so like the the Atago. I gotta earn those. They'll give me the preview for like a week on those, and then once you get good and comfortable with the idea of having that ship, then they take it away. But these premiums, initially they're gonna give it for like a week or two, and then I don't know if they just got lazy or generous, but the current policy is they can take them away at any point in time, but they have no plans to do so, so what that means, I don't know exactly, but alright. So this one, you do want to be nose in here. Playing this middle is a little strange, because if you're in this position, you actually want to be covering most of the map. But the problem with the Dunkirk is if you get shot in the sides, you're gonna really feel it. We got one destroyer in A, and one unaccounted for. And we're getting spotted now, which means it's probably around the bend. The one thing, if you're gonna play this middle, you got to be very cognizant of destroyers rushing through that open gap in the middle. Alright. Oh! Looks like he's gonna burn. There's the other destroyer, so we got two of them. Go with the Richelieu, and we'll get there. Damn. Looks like we dismissed him. Alright, so we got a little Bayern action.
Many thanks. Concentrate fire on the enemy ship.
And it's got this. It's got the same problems as the Richelieu, where the guns get knocked out quite a bit. Like the Richelieu, I've had both my guns knocked out multiple times, and I'm not even done grinding through the equipment on that ship yet. Jesus.
Main turret critically damaged.
It's becoming an issue. Ah, fuck, this man might be able to tort me here. If you got a destroyer, you just gotta get away from them. I have no support from these guys. They have no idea there's a destroyer even there. Luckily he's not going towards me, it doesn't look like. But just getting this space between you, especially with these low tier, like the Mayhem, I think its torp range is 6 to 8, somewhere in that range probably. This guy was actually shooting the log the entire time. And judging by his health, he was hitting him a bunch. He just was overpenning him like we were the last game. It's just, I guess if you are dueling those French cruisers like that, just switch to the HE. You might be like me and you're not dying to get into an HE load on your battleships, but I mean, that guy should have been fighting me. I got a much more threatening, you know, I'm a bigger threat to that guy's ship than the Laga is. Alright. What's up, Jay? How you doing? They should let you keep all the ships. I can't disagree. They're there. I mean, I was right at the point where I was not going to be able to cover a lot of the premiums anymore because it's getting pretty expensive to do them all. But them, you know, giving them to me for any amount of time definitely helps with that. This guy could tort me here. I should have shot him. So I appreciate that aspect of it, but let's see. He's not paying attention to me, it doesn't look like. Oh, we gone.
We destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Should have been paying attention. Do I take friend requests? Yeah, you can add me. I mean, I want to caution people though. I'll accept your friend request, but then I get about 20 requests to play per day, which I appreciate, and I wish I could play with a lot of people. I just don't have the time between making videos and working my actual job and then doing stuff outside of this and all that. So I feel bad for people that clearly want to play with me. I wish I could more often, but you know, don't feel slighted if I don't have time. This guy is aimed at me. Shit.
Enemy heavily damaged.
So because he's closer, we're gonna have to deal. I mean, I'd rather kill like Colorado, but I'm actually surprised that guy hasn't shot yet. You don't want to be pointing your side towards two up-tiered battleships, ideally. But in my mind, this guy's closer, so now I'm actually unspotted, so I get one shot. Oh. Ew! That's what I'm talking about. And this guy conceivably could have shot me at the exact same time. So, I mean, that could have very easily been the end of the game, but god damn it. None of those got over. This guy must have just shot right before I started through here, because this is going to take me about 20-25 seconds to get through this gap. So I didn't want to angle towards that guy because of that, but that Arizona close range like that could have one-shot this ship. They get the money out of you on the recommendations. I mean, I've spent a lot of money in this game, don't get me wrong. I'm really trying my hardest not to spend on the Otago campaign. But that capture the base mode, it takes me 4 or 5 hours to do that just because of the capture the base, capture the base, capture the base, capture the base. One domination. So I might give him like 1,000 doubloons to skip those this week. The obstructed ship. Does it have a delay on it? Yeah, I suppose you're right. I think that's probably a balancing act. Or a balancing mechanism. I don't think that's a mistake. Alright. Well, that one went better than the first two. I don't know, playing low tiers on the weekend is... It's a risky proposition. Oh, I was gonna say we might actually get this guy. What? Ooh, 10k XP, that's good. Oh, I still have the French damage, I think. Yeah. Alright. That wasn't too bad. Looks like the Icarus did a good game. How's it a balance mechanic? What's up, Worman? Was that you? How's it a balance mechanic? Well, I don't know. It makes it slightly less strong, I think. That's an element of auto aim, having that on there. I mean, it's... I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. That's just my guess. Oh, you were in Arizona. Hey, Robert. Yeah, I was discussing on the stream how I didn't want to turn towards that Arizona, but unfortunately I felt like I had to, and then I ended up losing 2/3 of my health because of it. But such is life. Alright, so Normandy. The ship is strong as well. Lawrence, thanks for subscribing to the channel. Alright, so got tier 5. Now we're spawning above the side that we already have. And I see a lot of players abandoning these spawns, or, you know, the objectives that are like that. It's just as valuable, like, in terms of order of attack, we want to most aggressively get on C, because that'll stop their points going up, alright? Then we want to stop them from getting on A, because they're stopping our points when they're on there. So if you can clear them off, then we continue to get our points. Hopefully we capture C, or at least delay them from, or, you know, stop them from accruing points. And then B is the least priority of a target, in my opinion. Did I hear about the new disc offer? The physical copy of the game? I heard it was pretty badass in terms of value. I think it was JT on my Discord was telling me he got bunch of premium ships, which if you already had, you got doubloons returned back to you. So he ended up spending like whatever it was, $40 on the game, and then he got a bunch of ships. Well, he got like $80 worth of doubloons, 30 days premium time, you know, boosters and whatever else comes with it. Alright. So this ship, you have 3 turrets. The front 2 can sync up a lot more easier than that back one. You can see the back's obstructed. Now if you're playing this well, you'd rather just have the front 2 on target and then bounce shots. It's when you bring that 3rd turret in that you are risking your health. Alright, so here's what I'm talking about. We just conceded this. They still have theirs. Now they have 2 points.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
The only reason I'm not pushing up a little bit more aggressively, I think this Iron Duke's going to come around. What's the next premium ship? I don't know. They haven't announced anything. I'm guessing we're probably not going to get anything this week, but I don't know that. Alright. See, like, to get that 3rd gun, I had to go really broadside. Let's see if it pays off or not. Bit of a risk. I thought I could actually sing to that ship a little harder. But we need to get one of these objectives. Alright. So rather than take much more damage, I'm just going to deal with the front 2 guns on this guy. He's kind of stuck broadside a little bit.
Enemy severely damaged.
And these secondaries on this ship actually do fire forward. Oh, I did not see that smoke there. God damn it. That was a bad mistake. Next game, Lyon and Richelieu. Hold your horses. We'll probably go back to the Normandie. That was not the best representation of that one. Yeah, I think there's some built-in leeway, I think, on the end for the Otago campaign. So, I don't think you've had to do 100% of the stuff up to now, but it's probably fairly close. Yeah, straight sucks, Zach. I agree with you. That's my least favorite map by a pretty wide margin. Yeah, I didn't... If I would have noticed that cloud, I would have still been playing that game, but... a little too late. I mean, it was unfortunate, but it was also... I mean, I knew... Well, I didn't know for sure, but there was a high probability there was a destroyer there. Again, you gotta spot... Or you gotta take into account what is spotted there. So we had 2 battleships that were spotted on that side. Usually cruisers you'll spot within that first, 4 or 5 minutes, whatever that span was. And so the longer it goes on and you're not spotting that 3rd ship that you expect to be there, then the probability that it's a destroyer just keeps going up and up. On that map, some of those cruisers will sit in that island right on the edge of the capture zone and just sit there waiting for something to do. So that was a possibility, but wasn't as careful there as I should have been. Alright. This guy would be ideal to kill right off the bat. Woo!
Enemy heavily damaged.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Get your kill, boys. Oh, they let him get away. Good lord. Man. Oh. I didn't let him get away.
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Yeah, the icon blended it with the flag color. That's a good point. I frankly didn't notice that though. Once I committed to turning towards that Iron Duke, I really wasn't paying attention as much as I should have been. Alright.
All stations requesting fire on the
Oh, we moved forward.
I need help. All stations requesting fire on the designated
Alright.
target.
Once you take one shot in the side like that, it's over. You gotta re-angle towards the most extreme target that's available for you. Like, I'm inclined to... I'd rather be shooting this destroyer with my team, but I can't be in a position to shoot him with this ship right here shooting me. So you need to accept it rather than getting your ship sunk. You and Atlantis. I mean, it's not a ship you want to leave alive, you know. That's one of those what I've been talking about with cruisers is their sustained damage over time, and the light cruisers that's even more of the case. Oh, he's done. You know, especially maps like this where there are good... Like, that's a good low cruiser. That's a good Atlanta island right there. Or you can get them pretty close to that and fire over. We're undetected right now, so we can open up potentially for this guy. Fuso's about to get wrecked, so we better help him. It seems to me on this map, this southeast side on the south gets smoked a lot. So you kind of have to have an eye to clear this side out quick and then go back. God's work, yeah. Leon's close to being a favorite. Yeah, it's... For tier 6, I'd say it's probably mine. Very strong ship, no doubt. I'm kind of hoping this guy would push forward a little bit. But I don't know what he's doing. They have more islands on the northwest side, and yeah, that's true. When I spawn on the southwest side, I don't push too aggressively north ever. I just try and play in this little zone right here. In between those 3 islands, there's kind of like a triangle that you can control there. That'll allow you to control a lot. But the problem is you do get pushed into the base quite a bit from this side that plays aggressively on the north. I can't believe this guy's still alive. And now he's pushing right to where I was. That's alright. Oh, he tried to torp. Colorado's a problem. I'm actually in a bit of a pickle here. I need to have this island blocking this, and then I can deal with the Colorado. I'm trying to decide if I push forward now. I think this guy's gonna get one juicy shot in on me. Looks like he's gonna anyways, but
Ship is on fire.
decent. Delete the elbow. Yeah, I mean, that's why I was hanging back. I was hoping he was going to do what he did, and then he took his sweet time doing it. Busted his turret. See ya, Chief. That's a problem for him. Unfortunately, it's the back gun. I think it's 4, 2, and 4, I believe, on that ship. So that wasn't too big of an issue for him. But every little bit helps. Oh, need to get rid of this thing if we can. Nice. Alright. We got this. Broadside Baron. Let's see how it goes for you. This guy he's... Alright, never mind. He's not a good spot, let's just put it that way. Damn it. In ideal, I'd rather kill this ship or wound him first, but to hit him, I have to open up more than this. I'm actually a little over-angled right now. Nope. Alright, so that Carl's not looking at me. Actually, neither of them are looking at me right now. Nice, got him.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Damn. Alright. It's a little dicey. How did that destroyer die? There we go. He wants the back gun. French BBs come with a mistress. Ah, the Warspite, it's similar to the... I think it's a little bit more accurate, but... if you're inclined to buy premiums, I'd recommend the Warspite. I don't think we're going to get that one. It's similar to the Queen, though. You're right about that. It's got better traverse. I think it's more accurate. And I don't know. There's a couple other tweaks here and there. Let's see where I'm at on this one. So we almost got it maxed. Range. Probably get. We'll play 2-3 games in this one. Do we have some news in the John Bard? Not officially, no. I just have a feeling that it was... someone said earlier it was announced at Gamescom. I was trying to remember, so... and I think they announced it as a campaign reward ship. So my guess is it's going to be the next campaign reward ship. Because if I recall correctly, they announced the Atago... and then, like, immediately after they announced the John Bart, and they announced them both as campaign ships. And I was a little confused at the time as to which one would be first. Can we play Vanguard? Possibly, if you remind me. I mean, that's... that Lyon game, though, we were angling it pretty well. I mean, it's just... if you're in a straight-up match with, like, a ship that can outgun you, it can be a little tough. And... I got spotted right off the bat. Hipper.
Enemy battleship detected.
Catch you all next time. You out of here? Alright, see you, man.
Bullseye.
I got him woken up. God.
Main turret critically damaged.
See, I don't know if people are just aiming at the guns or if they happen to be hitting them because of how you angle the ship, but if you look at what you're shooting at, those guns are a pretty big chunk of that profile. And they get knocked out all the time.
Main turret critically damaged.
Which, I don't know, someone was saying they think it should get a buff on the gun durability. Maybe. I'm getting close to agreeing with that. I still think guns are kind of tough to hit, but... Pay 10K to... yeah. Wouldn't surprise me. Alright, so we can't really angle on that cruiser anymore. He got his gun. This is a problem. Three bounces.
Ship is on fire. boost activated.
Enemy cruiser detected.
Shit. I thought that gun that was pointed off there was the active one. Now it's working. Yes. Keep turning broadside. That's what you want to do. Beautiful. Woo!
Enemy battleship foundered.
I don't know why he did that, but
Main turret critically damaged.
the hell is that dispersion?
Problem solved, sir.
Alright, let's get rid of the HIPAA. Well, yeah, it was juicy. Yes.
Enemy heavily damaged.
That's gonna wake them up. Usually once you wreck a ship like that, then they'll angle towards you pretty quickly. Although this guy might not adhere to that. Okay.
Enemy battleship foundered.
What the fuck is this? Oh. I have to leave that hipper alone. This guy needs to be killed. Shit.
Enemy battleship foundered.
Like, I got 3 ships up here, quote-unquote, supporting me. I'm kind of hoping they can kill this guy, but maybe not. Oh, what do we got here?
The ship is on fire. Concentrate fire on the target.
I wonder if this Atlanta switched to AP, if you could do some damage.
Engine boost
Why are they not killing this thing? Jesus.
fire on the target.
It's becoming an issue. Nah, I'd say the Richelieu is better in the Dunkerque, personally.
Problem solved, sir.
Honestly, I think if that guy switched to AP... How?
Concentrate fire on the enemy.
I don't know. It's a tough call.
The ship is on fire. All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
Alright.
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
Can they get him or not? That's the question. Baltimore should be able to kill him. Ugh. Dunkirk looks like the Richelieu. I just don't think the armor is as good, and I don't think the guns are as good, but it's not a bad ship. Yeah, we might actually pull this. This guy is still alive. What the hell? It just goes to show you can't leave your... You can't leave anything for your teammates.
Bullseye.
My wife is listening. Please explain the benefits of a premium ship. They're pretty life-changing. They'll enhance your enjoyment of not only this game, but life in general. Make you happier, more productive at work, a better family man. There's really no downside to the premiums. I can't believe... I mean, if this guy shoots me with HE twice, I'm dead a long time ago, but he's conceding his entire life to trying to kill that Baltimore. Well, that was a bit of a mistake there, Georgie boy. And that's kind of the angle you want right there, even though he did hit the gun there, but you see the ones hitting the side, no damage. You can't even steal the kill, this Baltimore. Kraken!
Enemy battleship foundered.
Our team is taking
That
the
sounds sincere. She begs to differ.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Alright, that wasn't too bad. Oh, they did get the hipper. Hooray! And we got the Dreadnought. Premiums are cheaper than a Raging Coke habit. That's true. So yeah, that one didn't go too bad. Wonder if we got enough to max the ship yet. Yep. Yep, boost. Let's try that one again. Yeah, they are pretty pricey, I'll give you that. Play Vanguard, yeah, we'll get there. There's not a lot of French battleships right now, so we'll probably do a couple more with this, and then we'll take some requests. Hey, Jawad, what's happening? Alright, Estuary is an interesting map for this one. We're in the middle again. This is what we had in Dunkirk. Martel, we want to get rid of that. Only one destroyer. That's pretty nice.
General quarters.
Let's see. Smolensk. Oh, we only have one Russian ship so far, so that's going to be a 2012 type of thing, I think. Or 2012, 2020. Look at this bastard. Crossplay is coming very soon. In fact, that one I strongly suspect might be here any minute. I think this next update there's going to be some juicy stuff, and crossplay could be part of it. I don't know that. Nobody from WG's said anything about it, but I got a feeling. What's the Russian ship? It's the Gremiashi. It's part of the Founders Edition. Ooh, got him. Richelieu's sideways. We definitely want to pop that. This is a ship, if you get a shot into the side, you just want to go ahead and take it. As you can see, last game, it's pretty durable, nose on. No plane, unfortunately. There he is. It's tier 4, I believe. There we go. And keep in mind, Citadel shots are largely unhealable. I think it's 10% of Citadel damage you can heal, so if you can get shots into the side like that, that's essentially permanent damage, most of that. So that's why you want to be extra vigilant when it comes to that sort of stuff. Who is spotting me?
Get back.
This guy's gonna get overrun over here.
Stone the crows. Affirmative.
There's our perpetrator. They seem passionate. Yeah, I mean, they've been very responsive too. I mean, it takes time. I know people get frustrated with certain issues, but from talking to them, I do get the sense that they're trying to make it as good as of a game as they can for us. So, on the whole, I'd say they've been doing a really good job with it. Might get one more into this guy, we'll see. Looks like he's turning in now, probably. Bummer. So, we got the DD over here, which we gotta be careful of. What's up, Caroline? Looks like that York's back at it. So being spotted right here, I do have the eye icon, so that supersedes the plane. So that means the destroyer is probably right over there. The order of icons is going to be spotting, directly spotting by another ship, then plane, then radar, I believe, or sonar. Electronic means. Whoops. Let's see if that does anything. Yeah, it actually did decent.
The enemy team has taken the lead. Torpedoes, direct front.
Whoo! So we got one destroyer who's over here. Like, he's in his mind, he's like, oh, I got a chance to torp a BB, but in the meantime, his entire team's gonna die to this Fubuki over here. So if you're playing a DD and you're the only DD on the game, or on the team, especially to start with, but as the game evolves, you need to be extremely responsive, and you need to basically be protecting your ships. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, there it is.
Target penetrated.
Yeah, so he just lost about 60% of his health to do that. Shit, I could have gotten another shot on him.
Engine boost activated. Torpedoes, direct front.
Damn it, he waited. I assumed he torped that way, so I was trying to go forward.
Torpedoes.
Fuck. But, I mean, here's my read on this. If you're the Jervis, and you're the only destroyer, and they have an Akatsuki, and you're captured the base mode, where you don't even have objectives to capture, your only job until that Akatsuki is dead is to kill the Akatsuki. 100%, that's your only thing you need to do. You need to keep an eye on that map until you see it, and then go kill that destroyer. And then after that, you can then you can torp battleships till your heart's content. But in a game where you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 battleships per side, that one destroyer, like that thing is, he killed me, then he's gonna go kill this guy. He can kill, I mean, that can be a huge damage game for this guy. Now that we have nothing to counter the destroyer, the cruiser's dead. You know, I mean, that's open season on those things. Sucks when you predict incorrectly. Yeah, I mean, it's... You just gotta guess. There's nothing you can do. Languages of the nations. Yeah, they're gonna do that at some point. They said that's kind of a lower priority. I think they're gonna tweak the spawns. Maybe not next update. Maybe next update. I don't know. I think that's the next big project. DD's on hull designations for some destroyers. I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. In terms of the roles DD's play, there are all three classes of ships are very specific in what they should be doing. So tired of the Japanese having some Yankee screaming in your ear. Yeah, no, I don't know when. They haven't said anything for a while, but they said they will. They'll add those at some point, which should be interesting. Oh, I see what you're asking. Yeah, yeah. DD's destroyers. A lot of people, when they're writing or talking about the game, they'll say BBs for battleships, DDs for destroyers. Cruisers are CLs for cruiser light, CA for heavy cruiser, CV for aircraft carrier. Any update on the patch? I don't know if it's been announced exactly when, but that's another thing that I would guess is coming next update. I know they've been working on that for a little while, so... Yeah, what do we load in? Vanguard, I think? So Vanguard, you gotta be kind of focused on your angling throughout the entire game. The ship doesn't seem as susceptible to huge citadel strikes as it was early in the game. Yeah, what do we got here? No radars. We got one destroyer again. A lot of battleships.
Action stations.
This might be risky. I was gonna try and turn, but I can't get around that. Whoops!
Enemy heavily damaged.
Should have kept your guns silent there, Chief. Find the middle tier's more fun than in tanks, yeah.
Much obliged. Attention.
So this Vanguard's actually shooting HE. New Orleans apparently is tired of this game. Oh. Never mind. You know I can't aim. Didn't seem like he was in a big hurry to get out of there, did it?
Enemy cruiser sunk. Off to a great start.
Alright. I mean, you'll notice we haven't fired the back guns yet. You gotta be careful on this ship. Recognizing, like, this guy's not shooting at me now. If I can get some momentum going forward, I can get those back guns. Now he is aimed on me, so I can't anymore. Damn, he got me good. Did not think he could do that from that angle.
Our team has taken the lead.
Yeah, exactly, Jay. I mean, World of Tanks, you could manage being down tiered, but it's a lot harder. That is one massive advantage we have on our game over the PC game is the +1, -1 matchmaking. Like right there, he's not aimed in on me. Once I get some speed, I'll get the back guns going on this guy. But you gotta be very careful and keep an eye on it. And then immediately swing back, because you can see as soon as I open up there, the tension's already back on me. So that turn back in needs to be taking place immediately. As soon as that gun's fired, you need to have your rudder beginning to transition back the other way. And then as long as he's keeping his eye on me, then we're just gonna front two guns only. Shouldn't really be able to damage me much from here. Yeah, we'll take 4K versus a kill shot on him, that's fine. We'll take that trade all day.
Enemy battleship sunk.
That guy's angled well. You know, yeah, you're gonna sustain some damage like this, but you'd rather take it 3-4K at a time than 40K at a time, you know? They're just playing with the speed a little bit. And again, you can see his guns not shooting at us. We're still angled at the Iowa enough that we can do this. Fire, and immediately, you can't see it on the screen yet, but I got the joystick pushed all the way over to the right. And we're already back into position here to protect ourselves from this Iowa.
Victory is in sight.
So you gotta be very, very careful when you're taking that back gun into play. You'd rather be alive shooting half your guns than dead shooting none of your guns.
Enemy destroyer
Oops,
sighted.
Daisy. Now, when this guy's spotted, my thing is I'm just gonna get as much damage as possible. If that means getting shot in the side. Jesus. Works a lot better if you can hit your shots. That's pretty much how you got to play the Vanguard. Just
Confirmed penetration.
that's what, for that reason I got rudder shift on this thing, I believe. If I don't, I'd put it back on, because being able to swing that back gun in and out of position, that's kind of what you got to be focused on. Hey, Generic, how you doing? Should have t-shirts. The problem is I'm not much of an artiste, so I probably have to find someone to design them. It would be pretty cool, though. And speaking of he gone,
Enemy destroyer foundered.
so that's the Vanguard. I don't know. I mean, I understand a lot of people don't have an easy time with that ship, but just you gotta be, the entire thing you gotta be thinking about is armor angling. So once you lose track of that, that's when you get smoked pretty hard. What else you guys interested in? Give me some ideas. I'll be back in 2 minutes, or probably 45 seconds. Warspite. Right, a Vanguard and a Bismarck. Everyone wants the Warspite. Okay. We can do that. Warspite's one of my favorites. Oh, great. We're back on straight. Alright. So this time we're on the attacking side. So what I was saying earlier, if you weren't tuning in, I think this is the most important side to be on. You want to pressure this if possible, stop them from getting points from it. Let's see, we got 1 destroyer. No, we have 0 destroyers on our team and 1 on theirs.
Action stations.
It's kind of bizarre. Tier 6, okay. Oh, the Normandie, yeah. Thanks for reminding me. We'll have to play that one. Didn't do that one justice. So we do have, I keep looking at the land. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. The Boise I want to get rid of. We could try the Boise too, if you guys remind me. Shit. This guy's slowing.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Alright. I mean, these Lyons, the French battleships, you just gotta get rid of them. As you can see, you can get huge strikes from them pretty quickly, but, I mean, this guy's sitting sideways like that. It's, not what you want to be doing, necessarily.
Enemy cruiser detected.
That sucked. What the fuck, people? Shoot at someone else, will you? I'm trying to figure out... So this guy left our spawn for some reason. Oof, yeah. That about sums it up. Well, so much for getting pressure on sea.
Fighter airborne.
Warship detected.
I think as long as I'm not I'm playing a little careful now because we took quite a bit of damage this early on. He'd only been half health. If I can shoot these back guns without being detected, I'm going to take those shots.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Oh, they got a land over there too. Alright. What to kill? Scared of 1DD, who's not even on this side.
Fighter returning to
Yeah, a little conservative for my taste over here.
Enemy battleship sighted.
But we gotta do what we gotta do.
The ship is on fire.
mean, they're in the base right now, which is somewhat better. Yeah, this is not gonna be a good game here. What's up, Fury?
All stations requesting
Japanese torpedo boats. I mean, you should be scared of them. There's no Japanese torpedo boats in the game, so.
Has taken the lead.
Oh, that's a new. I haven't seen that bat icon before. Have you guys seen this one? Ah, fuck that. Let's play some Boise. Other BBs are too passive. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think what was going on there was I was the only one sighted. So they had 5 or 6 ships that all had only one target to shoot at, and they all shot me. Fortunately, the one caught me through the citadel, even though I thought I was pretty well angled. But it is what it is. Normandy. Oh, crap. Let's try this buzzer, then we'll try Normandy again. Yeah, we'll get it. Do I have the Marblehead? Yeah, I got everything except for Campbelltown and whatever that tier 2 thing was that came out like a week ago. I think. Yeah, I think I have everything else. Yeah, that's a good point, Jay. Alright, let's see. Not a lot of DDs today. Kind of interesting.
Battle starts.
The problem with the Boise is it has no plane and it really can't. It needs someone to spot for it, so if you're over here and there's no destroyers. But playing, this is the weak side here, so we got a squad right there and we got a squad right there. If they're dumb, they'll go that route, but if they're smart, they'll kind of try and control this line here. So I'm just trying to get to this island here to use that and shoot them if they get spotted, but frankly, I doubt we're going to have anyone spotting for us. No, we're the only ones spotting. Good lord.
Main turret critically damaged.
Alright, I guess we gotta leave.
Problem solved, sir.
If we stay alive, which is dubious. Yeah, that's the end of that game. Oh, needed to hit that shot.
Enemy cruisers suck.
Here's the, I mean, if
Off to a great start.
this is their heavy side, so you gotta understand that, and if we have no one to spot here, I can't really do anything here. As you can see, I'm just gonna get shoot to pieces. Good lord, what is up with this fucking aim? Have you guys noticed this aim is bugged on this ship? I feel like it's got the same problems that the Atlanta had. Thought I had HE loaded. But essentially, if you consider the weak side here, what you're trying to do is just slow them down. It's the same thing as Haven. You can see our... Oh my god, we got two guys just sitting in the base back here.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
So they're not even pushing the advance. I don't know what the hell these guys are doing. It's one of those games if you try and figure out what your team's doing.
Enemy cruiser detected.
I mean, if they want to control the middle, that's fine, but control the middle then. What's up, boy? Morton? Gave up on capping. Oh, you went ahead and bought the ship? Yeah, I don't know. I gave them my feedback on the capture missions, and not that I think they really give a shit what I think over anyone else, but let's just say I strongly suggested that they no longer have that as the mission.
Enemy battleship detected.
So even though you can see those guys like stop, but we got a 10-second travel time.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
So you do have to kind of... Great ship. Yeah, the Otago, that's up there on my favorite ship list. Getting a little close.
The ship is on fire.
A little close for comfort here. Jesus. Oh my god, that didn't go well. Hey, Nan, what's happening? Yeah, Normandy. Let's try the Normandy again. Menu sorting, another thing I'm hoping's coming next update. We'll see. Yeah, exactly. If it had the base defense ribbons on there as well, then... I mean, that's almost too easy if you know how to do it. But that was far more enjoyable. Back to the big hits. Dreadnought Metal and the Otago? Wow. They come and arrest me? Oh, was the sirens going off? You'll find out soon. Alright, what do we got? Tier 6. No radars that we gotta focus on.
Action stations.
Requesting assistance. Requesting
So here on this one,
requesting
I talked about it recently. I don't know if it was Spartan's game or what, but if you spawn back here and you can clear this island, then doing this turn right off the bat's fine. But what this guy's doing, he's sailing out there now. He can't disengage because this thing's gonna block him. He's probably gonna die. Or he's putting himself at great risk for dying, I should say.
concentrate fire on the enemy
There's a free shot unspotted. And that's when I try and explain the power of taking those blind shots. That's 13k that they didn't return any fire for, so you know, the ship's still alive, but let's just try and get this thing out of here. Again, this is a broadside shot with Battleship AP. We got 3 overpens, but because he was that low, you know, it's either going to kill him or it's going to put him in one-shot territory, even for like a Jervis or something like that. So, even though that Lyon was back there broadside, and that Laga, not a high damage potential target for that shot at least, sometimes it's still worth taking that shot. Woo-wee! That'll get you woken up. Multiple fisted violations. Alright. That could actually hurt quite a bit. Ah! A little under angled by the time that came in. But luckily RNG was in our favor there. So I think it's probably... Oh, I actually got a ship in here. Trying to figure out what has detected me. Let's take one more shot and then we'll go deal with the base. Since nobody's covering the base on our team.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
Oh, he's spotted. Alright. Got our side cleared at least.
Our team has taken the lead.
Citadel to Lyon twice. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the name of the game with those ships. They can deal a lot of damage, but they can take a lot of damage in return, so... That's what we've been talking about. Rather than trying to force that back gun into position, you'd just rather take the front two until you know pretty certainly that you're not going to take any return fire. Is his engine busted? That might get him. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't seem like he's doing very well. Oh. Alright.
Our victory is in sight.
Cleared our side. We defended the base. Check, check. So we did our job. Yeah. Akatsuki, I don't know if he was just looking at the score or why he was trying to capture that early. That's kind of the frustrating part about those British destroyer capture the missions. Like, if I get capture the base, I just tell myself, let's just play a good game, try and have, you know, a good performance. Because if you try and get on that base too early, usually you're going to have people go back and kill you like that. But for a Japanese destroyer to do that, I don't know. Maybe he thought that was his only chance. Any idea when they'll fix the Bismarck and Tirpitz? I don't know about the Bismarck. My guess is the Tirpitz will be fixed in a week from Monday. But I don't know that. You heard a rumor it's the next update. And maybe they'll do the Bismarck at the same time too, but to this day I have yet to actually see them write that it's an acknowledged problem for that ship. Yeah, Ben. I mean, you can look for opportunities for sure. Once in a while, like that move would have been great if he noticed on the map that nobody was paying attention. Maybe it looked like that to him. I don't know. But I was still basically located like right about here, which you can see where I'm on the map. It's going to take me 2 seconds to go back and cover that. Now a lot of players don't care about covering the base, so you can always try and roll the dice and do it that way, but I don't know. It's just, if you get to capture the base mode game, you just gotta mentally think, like, I'm probably not gonna get a point for this game, but let's just play well. When would be ranked? Again, I haven't heard anything official, but I would suspect that's coming soon. I don't know, I'm looking forward to ranked. Definitely is a problem, yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem to be working well to me, but I don't know what. We'll see how the Tirpitz operates once they quote-unquote fix it. And then we'll be able to compare it to the Bismarck. If the Tirpitz becomes nearly impossible to Citadel and the Bismarck stays the same, then we'll know that the Bismarck needs some help for sure. Gotta go, Robert? Alright, man. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, what else did we want to see here? We could do another Richelieu. I've been kind of digging that ship. I'll let you guys throw out some ideas. Probably do 2 or 3 more games, so. What do you want to see? Bayern? Clemson? Ibari? Ship filters, agreed. Clans, that was probably a little more long term, but that'd be definitely nice. Training rooms, I'd like those. I don't know if we'll ever get them. Operations, I don't even know what those are. Clan battles would be dope. See, once this crossplay comes in, I think we'll have a little bit more leeway for some of that stuff. Karlsruhe. You guys only want me to play ships I don't like, huh? Albany. Yeah, we could try you, Bari. No, I think ranked was, I don't know if they announced for this year for sure or upcoming, but I would expect that to be soon. And I don't know if they'll take a break from the campaign when rank's going on or how that's going to work. Z23, we could do that one. The problem with Almaty is it takes so long to load into the tier 1 games. For a ship that, it doesn't matter how good you are, it can't hit anything. It's about as accurate as the New York running George Dewey at level 4. Yeah, I've come to like the Yubari a little bit. The Kamikaze? Yeah, we could do that. Rank was promised for this year. Okay, well then, I mean this, a week from Monday should be the last real update of the year, I believe. So, if it was promised for this year, then I would say the odds are pretty high that it'll be coming. Do I have the Mikasa? No, I don't. I don't have the PS Plus, so I don't have the Cameltown or the Mikasa. Because I think, I mean, maybe there'd be like a really, really late, like right around Christmas time update. But I think in terms of like big updates, this will probably be the last one. Which means we could get the Yamato, because they were saying that was going to be 2019. The event with the Yamato at least. So we'll see. I mean, it could be a pretty interesting update. First time catching the live stream.
All forces, capture that
Yep.
target.
Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in.
All stations, proceed to capture the
Alright, what do we got here? So the Yubari, you just don't want to be the first choice, so you gotta stay behind these guys. Use your stinking teammates as meat shields. But, I mean, in terms of accuracy, I mean, look at that. Nice tight dispersion for a tier 3 ship. Let's see. Once you're getting shot at, that's when the problems start. A little high, I guess. Alright. I should check my Makawa build. I don't know if I put... I got Madden finally. He was my last commander I got, and then I got him up to level 11, I think, so far. But I think I'm going to go ahead and boost him. Pretty much all the way up. Oh shit. This might be one of the few cruisers above that can actually citadel this thing. Maybe, I suppose a lot of cruisers don't have problems with the French. Oof. Bar eats destroyers, yeah. It's a... The gun systems are fine. The problem is you only have 4 guns, which isn't a lot. But for a tier 3 ship, I don't know. I was a little hard on the ship when it first came out. Have to create tier 8 for Yamamoto to work, yeah. That's why... So from the way they've worded it so far, the first time we see it, it's going to be like an event. And then how they said after that, they're going to try and figure out how to make it work in the game. So what I read, this is 100% speculation, but that's the same thing as them saying, ergo, we're going to add tier 8, in my mind. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but they definitely want that ship in the game, and really the only way to do it, I think, is to have an extra tier, so. Alright, so once he kills your kind of meat shield, then you can see we're targeted, obviously, then you gotta change what you're doing. That Ishizuki. If he's inclined to aim well, he can definitely kill this thing pretty easily. I mean, this is kind of the weakness of the Ubari. It's very hard for it to deal with. It's more of a cruiser slash destroyer focused ship. It's very hard for this thing to whittle battleships down. The DPM is so low. But people use their damage con incorrectly like this guy did. And definitely helps. And he's out of range now. So they flipped A, they flipped B. And this is a good illustration, like we're up, what, 3 ships, but the score differential isn't huge. And if they kill 2 or 3 ships, they'll probably be in the lead because they have all these extra caps. So we gotta go and get into B, flip that back, and then I assume that destroyer is probably going down to D to finish the flipping of bases that he's engaged in. It's either tier 8 or should be tier 7 and nerf to heck, yeah. That's why I think it's just my own personal opinion, speculation. I think they're just going to add an extra tier and then hopefully move the Iowa into that tier. And you know, then we can get a lot of different ships that we don't currently have. Oops, he's going to D. Oops. So right now that Kaiser spotted me. I'm going to drop spot and then close in on this DD if possible.
Critical engine damage.
A little risky using that damage con there until we drop spot, but that's alright. So I mean, now they're evening it up on ships, and you can see they're basically, if we weren't capturing these 2 bases, they'd probably be in the lead at this point. Oops, that's a problem. This thing loads really quickly. Shit. Oh, we had 2 torps. Hey! Got 11 seconds. I think we can survive. Whew! That was close. The memes. Hindenburg, yeah. Critical engine. Yeah, I think if they add the tier 8, especially with crossplay, like the main consideration for them reducing tiers from PC was the better matchmaking. They want to do +1, -1 matchmaking. But with the doubling of the population on the server, I think that's going to give them enough leeway to do the tier 8 and potentially do other fun things that maybe they initially didn't think they'd be able to do. So I think crossplay is going to be the catalyst for a lot of good things coming for this game. So we should thank Sony and Microsoft for getting their heads out of their asses on that one. One hell of a close call, yeah. I was thinking in my mind, like, that German destroyer reloads like a mother, you know, son of a gun. I don't know off the top of my head what V-170's reload time is, but they're probably loading torps every 40 to 50 seconds would be my guess, so I don't know. I think he should have probably been able to kill me the way I was performing there. Reddit will explode with tier 8 service costs. I mean, that they could potentially rebalance them then. Or, yeah, that would be, I think they would probably have to do that. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, you're right. Just want to start capturing this base. Potentially get the XP. Since Wyoming's going down, we know that much. Alright, now we're unspotted. Let the games begin. And this is kind of what we've been talking about in those cruiser videos, where trying to utilize islands early on, it's not as easy to do because there's so many angles that people can spot you. But once you get to this situation in the game, in a late game where they don't have as many ships, if this guy ever spots me for the rest of the game, it's because I screwed up. All I gotta do is just slowly keep this little ridge right here in between us. Come on! Ah, 2 seconds. So, cruisers early on, you just kind of want to kite, get into position to shoot, turn around, kite away. Do that for 2 or 3 cycles, and then watch for opportunities. Kill the destroyers, or once it starts thinning out a little bit, then you can look for those islands to just dominate. And there we got as much XP as their first 3 guys, I think. Almost. So, that's pretty good. Oh, they had a Yubari on their team. I don't know, the Yubari's not bad, though. Yeah, that's possible. If they do tier 8, they'd probably have at least a couple ready to go. See, I don't understand how the programming and all that works. Like, they would have to rebalance a lot of different things, so. What else do we want to? Oh, Z23 we wanted. We could do Z23 and Kami. I think Kamikaze is part of that physical bundle. I mean, you can see I got Bay up to 16 at this point, so the concealment with that, pretty solid. Ugh. 60K in a T3 cruiser. What would be the tier 8 French? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe none or some of the PC players would know. I'm not that familiar with them. Yeah. Like, I think it was none, or someone would, I think it was none, was saying the Alabama would have been a great tier 7 American. And then the Iowa, you know, tier 8. As it stands, the Iowa is pretty powerful. Alright, so what I always talk about here, destroyers, you want to just get off to this wing and spot and hope your teammates are actually going to utilize it. So on this side, they're going to have 3 that spawn here, and then they're going to have 3 more that almost, you can see that grayed out battleship in the bottom. He's heading over here. I don't understand why the south center spawn always comes over here, but they always do. I think it's a really bad play, personally. but for some reason that's what everyone does on this map. It's not OP, just obnoxious. Yeah, I don't think it's OP too or either, but just for whatever reason, the USN destroyers and the battleships are all like the tier 7 on our games, tier 9, both the Fletcher and the Iowa and so forth. Colorado's tier 8. So I don't know if they rebalanced them or not. I'm assuming they probably did, but I'm looking at my radio thing. I'm trying to decide if there's a destroyer in between these or not. I kind of don't think there is. You can see the middle guys, they're actually going hard north, which is a better play. Actually, they spilled out. So this side's actually playing a lot better than what they would normally be doing.
Requesting assistance.
Alright, so I could have torped these guys, I probably should have, but I'm deciding I need to deal with this Fletcher first. I mean, this guy pulling out here broadside, he's not worth really saving to me. He's identified himself as someone who doesn't know what's going on around him, so I'd rather not die fighting him or saving him. Yeah, might get him.
Enemy battleship detected.
Got him.
Enemy cruiser
Oh yeah. I mean, if he's gonna sail in a straight line for 50 seconds like that, then as a destroyer, I can't feel too bad for him. What's good about the German destroyers? Well, you got the Bing Bong, the sonar smoke combo. They're really specialized in killing other destroyers, and they're specialized in contesting caps. Now, we don't have caps this game, obviously. So, oops.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
I don't think they're as good as in domination mode and capture the base mode, but they're still pretty good.
Enemy cruiser destroyed. Taking the lead.
Oops, I hit damage con by accident. Healing a damaged torp tube, in my opinion, is never worth the time.
Problem solved, sir.
But we've got a 30-second reload on the charge. We should be able to
Torpedoes to
travel in that time. And like textbook, I think dealing with this guy down here to support him is probably the right play. But again, no offense to this player, but he's just not. We have a huge lead, so it doesn't really matter if he dies at this point. But he never demonstrated to me that he knows what he's doing. So why am I
All stations. Concentrate
gonna
fire on the target.
risk my health to protect him? Is basically how I look at it. Oops. It's kind of the downside of the torp tube being damaged. Your torps get out of sync. And what you can see, this thing sticking out here. Like if you see that indicator, how it's halved on the orange there, you know for sure you're gonna hit right there. What you don't want to, that was a miss right there. You don't want that torp to hit that thing because he can see that on his screen, and then he knows there's torps.
I need your support. Roger.
I don't think we got a flood there, did we? Yeah, we must have. We got 2 torp hits, 2 floods, so we damage con. Now if we can hit his ship with some HE and burn him, that would be ideal. Yeah, the Moss, I kind of like the smaller guns. I don't know, the Moss is a good ship as well. I'm always kind of torn with these 150s because they are really good guns, but the Moss just shoots so much faster. But yeah, I run the 150s on the ones I got, the Gaiety and the Z23, and then those smaller guns, or the smaller caliber destroyers, I think you just gotta focus really more on the torpedo aspect of it. Let's see how the AP does at this range. A 3.5, it's not too bad. Pretty easy game. Yeah, that's a good point. You can customize it however you want. I mean, if the 150s are on the ship, I'll generally use them, but it's definitely trade-offs. See if we can get him on fire one more time.
Our victory is in sight.
I'm kind of actually surprised that was a blowout like that. But yeah, the south center spawn and the north center spawn on this, I'd like at least one or two of those ships to go back toward the other side they're not spawn pointing towards to even it out. I think if you overload on this side, then the north has the advantage here. I can't look at the map now, but like you can see we spawned on the north and our eastern flank pushed through very quickly and then got on the base, and you're gonna win a lot of games doing that either way. You saw the grass be in real life. Isn't that on the bottom of the sea? 120k, nice. Yeah, that's a good point too. You can use the 150s just for variety's sake. So let's just talk about the commander here. So for those of you that play destroyers a lot, like there's milestones or there's things you want to get on your commanders, like level 7, level 11, you get inspirations. Level 12 for destroyers is big because you get this extra thing right here, you know. It's either 1 or 2% depending on which level you're going up. But at level 12 you can get this to level 3 over here, and then if you legend it like I do, then you actually get the extra one. So in terms of concealment, I'm actually only 1 point away from maxing this guy. And then I do a bay and tier weight. I don't run double concealment on these, but it's definitely an option. Hey, Bun, what's going on? What's the better option for the Z23? I can't remember what I got on there. I think, I don't know. We can check if you remind me. Wreck was still visible. Yeah, because I think they scuttled it under the impression they were about to be captured or whatever. Kind of a mistaken notion. Yeah, so we got T-22 Acosta. More worried about the Acosta there. Only 3 cruisers. Pretty good matchmaking for this.
General quarters.
Navigational hazard? Yeah. That makes sense. I think a lot of the cleanup work that the people have been doing is like going to these wrecks and like trying to get the oil and stuff out of them so it doesn't end up polluting once the ships decay. Sid, what's going on?
On Neptune's beard. Dash it all.
Oh, Neptune's beard. Yeah, the problem with this ship, it's got Mutsuki guns, 1 extra gun. But I always gotta try and clamp down the temptation to shoot. But the torps are insane on this thing. Great in terms of reaction time. Reload is very sick. Obviously, it's about 30-35 seconds, somewhere in that range. Maybe 40 seconds.
All stations.
So I mean, if you have a kamikaze in your game, you just have to kill it. That's just all there is to it. The longer it's alive, the more of a problem it's going to be. Should I go for German DDs or British DDs? That's a good question. They're kind of similar. I'd say German DDs are better with dealing with other DDs, and British DDs are probably better. The Tier 7 British DD is awesome. So, in terms of your Tier 7 ship, I think the British one's better than the German one, personally. That should take care. Well, he's gonna die anyways. We got the he gone 2 minutes after hitting him. Dev strike. So I mean, like dealing with the DDs, my nature playing this game would be to go and engage these things, okay? But I guess we have 4 guns. You know, this thing isn't really built to fight other DDs.
Engine boost activated.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. I mean, it's why they're better at killing other DDs. They have better sonar than the Brits. They have the best sonar for the DDs, so they can use the Bing Bong more successfully. I personally think that torpedo action on the British is better, but I don't know. They're both good lines. Here's kind of what I said I need to not do. I just can't help myself sometimes.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
But like this DD right here, he's shooting the battleship with his gun. Now he switched over finally. Shot selection though, destroyer shooting battleships is kind of your last priority that you can possibly think of. Hate the Mutsu, yeah. That's the worst guns in the game. You just have to keep that in mind. You really 100% cannot get spotted in that thing. But if you manage your concealment really well, then you can absolutely... That's a very powerful torpedo boat. He gone! It's 2 dev strikes, okay.
Engine boost deactivated.
Yeah, we should probably go back to the base, huh? Let's see, what do we got over here? Wakeful. Like, I'm inclined to trust my DD to kill this one. Because the base could get overrun. We could still lose this game. I don't really trust this DD, though, because of how he's been playing, but... Oh, you're talking Mutsu. I thought you were talking Mutsuki. Or maybe I'm saying them wrong. The Mutsuki's just an odd... Or the Mutsu is an odd dog. I mean, I don't want to be the one dealing with this guy, but... Oh. Shit. Death machine. Yeah, this ship is very dangerous. That's why if you get it, if it pops up on your screen, which it won't very often, if it's... Come on. If the person playing it plays it well. But if you do see it, just go ahead and shoot. I don't care how far away you are, what ship you're in, just kill the fucking thing. Plan to get to Arizona? Yeah, I like it. Especially if you have a good Sims piloting it. I think it's a pretty accurate ship. You meant Mutsuki, actually? Yeah, okay. Yeah, there is the Mutsu, the premium tier 5 German battle or Japanese battleship. Alright, so you gotta look at your ring here. Like, I am currently spotted once I get around here, which is a problem. And this guy's suiciding. This is why you can never... You gotta always just defend your base or be prepared to. Because he's really the only thing stopping them from getting capture points.
All stations, concentrate fire on target.
Shit, I gotta get this.
Smoke generator started.
As soon as you launch, he speeds up. That's how it goes.
Smoke screen
Oh
set.
my god. At this distance, I'm just gonna go ahead and close in on him. Did have a plane up, which is a problem. That's alright. I mean, that's pretty much how you want to play this thing. I didn't shoot a lot. You can see I only have 11 gun strikes. That should do it for this guy. Got 2 Krakens in the Kamikaze, yeah. Oh, just today, nice. Yeah, you definitely need to be careful with this thing running around. Call that one a carry. Yeah, like my Sims is still level 10. I just got too many priorities. We could try the Arizona if you want. But like looking at Sims's milestones, like 11, you get an extra inspiration, obviously. And you see that perk 1 goes up. So you get an extra boost of range, but extra boost of accuracy. A little bit more fire chance, but that's no problem. So level 11 for battleships is a big milestone. 12 you get perk 2, and then it's 14 and 16 for the other ones. So I mean, having a max Sims, which a lot of people do by now, you get 2 extra boosts of accuracy. Oh, I'm getting sick of this. This one's creeping up on me as more irritating than straight. It's because it's the same exact thing every time. I really don't know why it is, but it's the direction you spawn. People just always go forward, so like the people south of B are pointing this direction, so I guess they just feel like they need to come here or something.
General quarters.
Got an Arizona model. Yeah, some of those models are pretty cool. I made a couple of those with my dad when I was young, but haven't done any for many years. Alright, so I'll see if this guy spots or not. Usually you're going to get 1 or 2 ships that peek around this corner here, and then maybe 1 comes that way. And then you got to deal with them, or at least hold them off, and then you should expect a few more coming here. Now, domination, sometimes they go towards the center on the south, just because there's a point to defend there. Getting spotted, and there's a capture, so we can assume there's a DD right in that zone. I don't want the Mutsuki to go in there and to engage him. He can't fight any of those ships, but if he at least spots them using his better concealment, then we can get some shots in on him. This guy looks like he might be ready to shoot. T-61, one of the more dangerous ships.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
They have 2 destroyers here, that's a problem. Would rather kill the T-61 in my opinion. I think those torps should be missing.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Like, this guy's job is not to stubbornly hold this position. Like, we're probably going to lose A. You just got to understand that. Oops. Rocketfish coming in hot with the super chat. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Hoping I was streamed today. You're a little late, but probably do a couple more games. But thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. Need new maps? I think that's, again, something that's coming soon. They said this year, and again, this is probably the last update, so it's definitely possible within 2 weeks from now we'll have new maps. Oh shit, I hit that island. Okay, might have been dead had I been paying attention. And like these DDs here, that they have every opportunity to get A. I guess they're trying to torp me in this Fuso, which is fine, but they need the points. Whoop!
Target penetrated.
Guess I should probably be helping this dude, huh? Alright.
Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes astern.
There we go. I mean, this guy's been getting chased by this dude, and he's kind of relying on me to kill him.
Fighter
I guess we
airborne.
can do that. But the guy, I mean, he's trying to chase him to torp him. That's a bad play, too. Or he's torping me, which is a good play.
Enemy destroyer foundered. Critical engine damage.
Hi, Sanky Bobby. Yeah, good to see you out there. I get a lot of messages from people saying hi when they play with me, so that's always fun.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Alright. Like, if the guy would have stopped and gotten A, his team, over the course of the game, would have 200 to 300 more points, so being in a rush to get these battleships, I mean, I get it. It's kind of your main target for a destroyer. But for domination, you got to be getting the caps first and foremost. Arizona has the same guns as the New York or the New Mexico. Similar ship, it's just a lot more accurate, I feel like. Alright, so if I miss this guy, I die. If I hit him, he dies.
Enemy destroyer sunk. Our team has taken the lead.
Easy. Turn in, just in case he launched. I doubt he did. Doesn't seem like it.
All forces, capture that area.
And then, since nobody's going to get A, we're just going to go ahead and get it. We still should be able to reach some shots into these guys, potentially. I mean, the game's obviously over. I'm going to have a hard time turning around to get in a position to fire at them anyways. Maybe we can capture the base, get some more XP. Got a PSM message when I'm playing. Yeah, that's why I turn them off, just because when I'm trying to record stuff, there's messages constantly going off. So I'll read the messages once I'm done playing, usually. Imagine not playing the objectives. I think a lot of players don't even know that there are objectives in this game. Unfortunately. Those are the ones that when they wind up on your team, you don't win games. Alright, let's see. We might actually get a shot at this guy.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
A little bit. Yeah, good guns in this thing. What do we got? 12 guns. Relatively accurate. I mean, now that I got Sims running this thing, I like it a lot more. Dewey or Lee wasn't my main squeeze. But it's a good ship. Doubt we're gonna be able to get a shot. Mutsuki's chasing him down. Started playing on the PC. Low tiers are almost all bots. Yeah.
Our victory is in
I mean, that's why people want me to play tier 1 all the time in this, but usually when I try and play it, it's like a 5-minute load-in. And then it's like a 4-person versus 4-person or something like that, you know? So, I mean, if you consider... How many games does it take to get to tier 2 ship? Like 2, I think? As long as you don't completely crap the bed. So, I mean, adding extra tiers just to get more low tier ships, in my opinion, that's kind of worthless. But if they want to add a tier 8, I'd be cool with that. I should point out, like, these USM battleships, by going over here, I effectively remove myself from the game for the rest of it. Probably going through that gap right there would have been a little bit better, but if it... Let me just put it this way. If the game was really close, I wouldn't have taken the ship over here to capture this. Because they kind of need me to be dealing damage and blocking shots. So, not a huge damage game, but we basically killed the destroyers. So that should actually be decent XP on that one. Yeah. You got to keep that in mind. Shooting for XP, you're getting XP as a percentage of the ship. So getting 4K on a destroyer is basically the same as, you know, 20, 25K on a battleship or something like that. So, if you're grinding, if you need another reason to shoot destroyers besides trying to win the game, do it for the XP. What do I think about stealing kills? I don't really care about it. You'd rather them try and kill the ships. I'm trying to switch my mentality to just kill low health ships myself because I've been leaving them for my teammates, hoping that they can take the easy shot and that they want to steal the kills, but then they don't do a very good job doing it. So, are they going to add tier 8s? They haven't said that for sure, but recently they said for the first time that they're thinking about it, so that would be my guess. Alright, we could do one more. What do you guys want to see? Kid? This one's always a good ship to pull out. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate that. Yeah, if you guys are tuning in, I mean, I hesitate to say you're late, because whenever you tune in is cool, but if you have missed a good chunk of it, you want to see the French battleships, you can always just check the replay. It usually takes about an hour after the stream ends for the YouTube to process the video and stuff and get it ready. Kit is fine looking, yeah. It's a Fletcher hull.
General quarters.
It's basically a tier 6 Fletcher minus 1 torp tube with the heel, so... Now for most destroyers, I would try and get up here quick and torp this gap. What do we got? T-61, Meihan, Akatsuki. No radars. So I can be pretty aggressive here. Do I have a streaming schedule? No, I don't, unfortunately. My work schedule is variable, so it's very hard for me to plan in advance. And then you can watch the smoke. Like, this smoke is continuing to go around there. There's a decent chance the guy's trying to get over to here. My RPF is still showing right about here, though, so... Actually, now I switch.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
But yeah, looking on that smoke trail, I can't zoom in because it goes away, but it looks like that guy's going around that side. So I'd like to capture this base, but I'd rather kill this thing, whatever it is. Oh, I got AP loaded.
All stations requesting fire on designated target.
That was a problem. What the fuck? It's not locking in on the thing. I don't know if you can tell watching that, but I got him selected and it's not tracking him like it normally would.
Position of a strategic.
There you can see the busted engine. When he's got that sparks coming out of the smokestacks, that's when you got the busted engine.
Enemy destroyer.
So yeah, Akatsuki versus Kid is not a good fight for the Akatsuki. So I'm just gonna let these torps clear so we don't accidentally hit them. And we do have a plane over here, and we do have RPF, so there still is a target.
Target position.
Our team is
This
taking
thing does have radar, does have torps. This is potentially a very dangerous, or not radar, but sonar. And my team is not supporting me, so this is a get out of here situation. And I can't really torp him when the sonar's up, so... Let's see how long... I don't know off the top of my hand how long sonars last. Dax is back, what's up? Visual cue for a busted rudder. It might still be sparking, I don't know. Now his sonar is actually off, so I don't know 100% if he knows these torps are coming or not. You know. Oh god. It's just a goddamn shame when your team leaves you for no reason. God!
Our victory is in sight.
Like, why are they going towards B is my question. The entire fucking team is over here shooting at me. It's got sonar on again? Oh no, I think that's what I was talking about earlier, where if he visually detects you, it supersedes the sonar icon. But this is one of the situations where the kid is not very good, where if you're getting pressed by a destroyer that can deal with you, not that the Grasp is a great destroyer killer, but you can't really defend yourself very easily in these close quarter combat situations with no torps. If he's gonna keep chasing me around until my torps are up, then that could quickly become a problem for him. He's grounded.
Requesting fire on the designated target.
Come on, baby.
Acknowledged.
This is the most aggressive Grasp I've ever dealt with in my entire life.
Requesting support. Affirmative.
Same sonar, yeah. Good lord, people. I don't think this guy likes my videos. He must be a hardcore Celiacs fan. This is ridiculous. Will DDAP penetrated? It's gonna have a lot harder time.
Attention. Reporting the target position.
Potentially, though. Let's test it out. Eh, 700. 1700. Not bad. Good lord. That was a lot of work for that one. He wants your autograph. Celiacs fans are devoted, I'll give you that. Cruz is doing his job, yeah. No, I can't blame him. Whew. Didn't know if he derped. No, I was fine with that. I mean, either one, the HE was doing roughly about that damage. CA's Battleship guns, exactly. Which was, part of me is more scared of it, but part of me is less scared of it. Yeah, we could do one more. Should we try the... Where did the horse come from? Yeah. I don't know what my team was doing that entire match. Yeah, exactly. It was reflected in the score. Alright, what do you want to see? We'll do one more game. First suggestion wins. Baltimore? Alright. We can try the Baltimore. I think I forgot how to play the Vanguard we did earlier. I thought you'd be asking about that one. If you check the replay once the stream uploads into the archives in about an hour, then you'll be able to see it. I think it was a pretty decent Vanguard game. Hopefully give you some pointers on how to play it. Yeah, I think so, Curb. I've been gone for a few hours. I got a couple things to do, and then I got to take off for the day, so... running low on time, unfortunately. But next weekend, I think I have a little more open, so maybe we'll get a couple in. Need the credits, yeah. Credits for tier 7s are pretty expensive. If you factor in the buying the ship, upgrading it with the immediately available upgrades, and then the upgrades that you unlock, I think it's mid-20s or something. Yeah, dance or Poland.
Action stations.
Yeah, the biscuit's good. It's not my all-time favorite, but... It's a heck of a milkman you got there. Alright, so we got two battleships sitting side by side. Now they're only one DD match. This one, the Baltimore gets devalued as there's less and less DDs in the game, so... I wish I had my AP on that one.
Main turret critically damaged.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Jesus.
The ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir.
It's kind of one of those oddball situations where battleships can capture those bases. All they really have to do is just push in there. I want to use that island on my right for cover against that Richelieu and then whittle this guy down, potentially. I knew he was going to beach. .22. Not great. This AP can definitely shred though. It's about 22 again. $2,000. Not great damage. You can't really Citadel the King George from here. The Citadel's so far underwater. We're getting 2K per salvo, which I guess isn't too bad.
Enemy destroyer detected.
We're gonna beach and reset the situation here.
Ship is on fire.
Minute reload. Alright.
Problem solved, sir.
Kind of a risky damage con, frankly, but there we go. So, what you gotta recognize, I got blocked for those torps right there that he attempted to put on me. All I gotta do is pull into that little nook right there, and then even if they were out here, pretty free and clear from those. Ah, he pulled through C without capturing. That sucks. We're gonna have to do it.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Alright. I'm at this stage in the game, getting the capture point is more important than killing that Atago. We're down a ship, but we're down a cap too, and that, with 10 minutes left, that's hundreds of points, so. Park it right here, wait for this guy to come around.
Attention, reporting the target position.
And if he pulls through, that could hurt him. Nope.
Enemy battleship sighted.
One more for the road. You just got to be able to recognize what's going on, though. Like, A, we have 0% chance of getting that. B, in that case, that means we really need to get B very quickly. Jesus.
The enemy team has taken the
What
lead.
the fuck, guys? Alright. So that guy basically got single-handedly beat by a cruiser backing up. I hope he got torped for his own dignity. And I do have double concealment on this, so
Designated target.
if you're wondering why I'm outspotting this thing so dramatically. Oh. Started the backup, but a little late.
Enemy destroyer detected.
I'd really like this guy to die. I need to go full bore into that lightning here in a sec. Should be dead either way there. Fire damage. Still got the Myoko over here.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
Oh, he's on C. Okay. So there again, we're watching the plane launch. Alright, he got me. But that's why I switched to AP, because I saw where the plane launched. I knew he was going sideways like that. And had he missed that shot, we would have killed him. But anyway, I mean, that's the Baltimore again. You can't really
Concentrate fire on the target.
do your job, quote unquote, with one destroyer that spawns on the complete opposite side of the map, just because that's what you're mainly trying to do. So more chance to penetrate the thing. So when you get those 4 little icons on the right hand side of your screen, I guess we won't be able to see them, but when those pop up, the ones, I think it's the second one, the shell's got like an X where it's hitting the thing. That means the shell is blocked. You're just reducing the chance of those of occurring, and you're changing that over to full penetration. So AP penetration multipliers are very strong across the board. It's just going to help you get more shells into the ship, which in turn will increase your damage more than slightly boosting the actual AP damage of the shells. So AP pen on battleships, very strong. Cruisers, strong. I don't use it because I don't have a good Yamamoto, and I usually have other things I want to do in cruisers, but a lot of people do use Yamamoto high level on cruisers, and that does help with your AP pen quite a bit. Baltimore does look like Boise. I think they're similar. I don't think they're the same class of ship, but it's probably similar generation. So anyway, that's gonna do it for me, guys. I've unlocked all the ships. Yes, we got them all, except for the two tier 2 premiums that come with PS Plus. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. Again, if you missed the earlier part of the stream, it'll be uploaded here within about an hour, and you can go back and check that. So if you're interested in the French battleships, or we played a bunch of different ships after that were requested. So hope everyone has a great weekend, and we'll see y'all later. All right, peace.